Hi there, welcome to this 15-minute slow and relaxing yoga flow. Let's start off at the back of our mats in child's pose. Reach your arms forward, allow your forehead to land on the mat. Breathing in and breathe out, taking the time to slow down your breath. Be fully present for this practice. Breathe in and breathe out. Come onto your hands and knees and let's do some cat and cow. Tuck in your chin, roll your spine, and relax your spine. Look up. Curve your spine, tucking in your chin, and relax, looking up. Going at your own pace here. Really move through that spine. Come back into your child's pose. Move forward into your upward facing dog. Let's come back into your child's pose. Roll forward. Stretch up into upward facing dog. Come back into child's pose. Upward facing dog. Lifting your chest. Child's pose. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Your hips go all the way up. Feel free to bend your knees, making sure your spine is straight. And feel free to bend your knees. Bend your right leg. Bend your left leg. Whatever feels good in this position for you. Walk your hands towards the back of your mat. Come into your forward fold. Take your feet hip distance and grab your opposite elbows. Sway from side to side or find stillness. Release your hands and let's slowly come up to your standing position. Reach your arms all the way up. Hands to your heart center. Reach your arms up. Breathe in. Forward fold. Breathe out. Halfway lift. Walk your hands back out. Downward facing dog. Roll into your plank position and slowly lower to the mat. Once your body lands on the mat, take your hands forward and let's rise your chest up and lower it back down to the mat. Rise up and lower back down. Use your arms to help you. Rise up, lower to the mat. Take your hands next to your chest, upward facing dog, and push back into downward facing dog. Let's come back into this position. Reach your right leg all the way up. Bend that top leg for three-legged dog. And let's do some circles with your hips. Using your knee to draw circles. Keep doing those circles and come back into three-legged dog. Hold this position. Take your knees to your forehead. Land your right foot beside your hand. Lower that back knee. Take your hands on your knee. Stretch out your hips. Really sink a little deeper, making sure your knee is over your foot. And let's straighten that front knee, taking your splits, half split position. Let's come back. Make your way back into your downward facing dog. Grounding your hands and feet into the earth. Roll into plank and come back into downward facing dog. Roll into plank, roll back into downward facing dog. One more time. Lift your left leg all the way up. Bend that top leg and start doing your hip circles. Come back into three-legged dog. Knee to forehead and land your knee next to your hand. Lower that back knee. And let's stretch out your right hip. Hands to the mat, stretch out that front leg. Take your forehead to your knee. Folding at your hips. With every exhale, try and go a little deeper. Make your way back into that downward facing dog position. Roll into plank and roll back into downward facing dog. One more time, roll into plank, downward facing dog. Try and bring some fluidity into this movement. Roll into plank, chaturanga, high to low push-up, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Let's bend our knees, hop to the middle of the mat, take your feet hip distance apart, and take your entire palm underneath your feet. Folding from the hips, bending your knees as much as you need to, and relax your upper body. Release those hands and let's slowly make our way to a standing position. Reach your arms up, hands to your heart center. Chair pose. Hips sink low, reach your arms up high. Breathe in and breathe out. Stand up. Right leg lifts, right ankle over your left knee. Taking that standing pigeon position, lower down as much as you can and find your balance. Rise back up, release your foot, and grab your back ankle. Come into your dancer's pose. Lifting your legs higher for a more advanced pose. And release that leg. Reach your arms up, chair pose. Sink your hips low, open your chest, and let's lift that left leg, place that left ankle over your right leg. You may feel a little wobble, but try and find your center. Come back to a standing position, grab your left ankle, and come into dancer's position. Modification is just to take your heel to your bum. Come back into standing position, reach your arms up, forward fold. Downward facing dog. Reach your right leg up, right knee to right hand, pigeon position. Find a challenging pose for you in this position. An option to lower onto your elbow, onto your forehead. Really going back to your breath. Come back into downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Left knee to left hand, pigeon position. Once again, option to lower onto the mat for an even deeper stretch. Come back up, Swing the back leg forward. Come into a butterfly position, soles of your feet together, knees fall out. And let's stretch forward, folding at the hips. Come back into your seated position. Thank you so much for joining today, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.